Hello everyone and welcome to EduTap. So guys, we are back with another marathon session for NABARD Grade A Phase 1 for your English language section for the year 2022. So guys, if you can see me and if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up in the chat box. So guys, in this session, we'll be discussing the strategy for that you should undertake for this exam, and I'll show you, what level of questions you face in this paper, and how to tackle those questions and how to basically, fight it out in the paper. Good evening, Ritika. Good evening, Shushma. So, guys, before we begin, I would like to ask you, how are your preparations going? I mean, are they on track? Do you feel confident enough as of now? Do you feel that you're ready to face the exam? And we'll try to address and resolve whatever issue that you may be facing at the moment. So guys, how is the preparation going? How is it coming out? Now you can be honest with me and you can share with me whatever you feel. Is it going good, or is there still any section that you wish to focus upon? Good evening, Vishal. So guys, I think, see, uh, for this non-merit section, I think, since the pattern has been changed, since, we have started making, we have started seeing a new merit and non-merit section. I think English, quants and reasoning is not a lot of concern for the students, but still you have to, score the bare minimum marks. Very good evening, Satyajit. Welcome to the session. Very good, Shashma. If you're following the timetable, see, that is the right thing to do in this exam, right? So the more you stick to your pattern, the more you stick to your preparation, that would be the best strategy as of now. Good evening, Sushila. So guys, let's begin with the session. Now, before we begin, I would like to show you the exam pattern that was given in the year 2021. So for prelims, you have your test of reasoning, you have your test of English. So in English, there are 30 questions and the weightage is 1 mark for every question. So 30 questions for 30 marks, and that is the English section for this paper now. Now guys, it used to be 40 questions before 2020. It used to be 40 questions. Before 2021, up till 2020, there used to be 40 questions. But after 2020, they started, they changed the pattern. They added, I think, decision making in this, which was for 20 marks for 20 questions. And that is a new addition to this paper, right? Yes, Satyajit, I'll show you the cutoff for 2021-2020. So guys, this is the total breakup of your paper, right? So that was the syllabus and that was the pattern for the exam in the year 2021. Now you have two sections. One is your qualifying section, where you have your test of reasoning, English, English language, computer knowledge, quantitative aptitude, and decision making. So in this qualifying section, you have to basically score 33% of the total, the total questions. So that has made it easier for the students. So if you score well in one section, or let's say out of quants, reasoning, and English, if you score well in one and a decent average score in the rest of the sections, I think you'll easily make this section. You'll easily get the cutoff. And for merit section, you have general awareness, economic and social issues with focus on rural India, agriculture and rural development, ARD with emphasis on rural India. Now, mains will be, the students will be selected for the mains on the basis of the marks scored in the merit section only. So, quants, reasoning, and English is a qualifying section, but you still have to score 33% of the marks, right? Thank you, Rishabh. Thank you so much. Absolutely, all my well wishes are with you, and I'm damn sure that you all will do wonders in this exam. So guys, this was the exam pattern for the last year, and I think this is the same for this year as well, right? Yes, Vishal, you have to score. I mean, your score will be aggregate. There will be no cutoff in the merit section, but there will be a final cutoff. So out of that final cutoff, you will have to score more than others. So there will not be a sectional cutoff, but section wise, you'll have to you'll have to score a compiled score together. There will be no sectional cutoff in this merit section, Vishal, if that's what you're asking. Right. Now, coming to year-wise cutoff. Now, uh, it used to be 40 questions, but now it has, you know, it has changed. So instead of 40, now in English section, there are 30 questions, and the weightage for English section is also 30 marks, right? So 30 questions, 30 marks, that would be the weightage. And looking at the cutoff for the previous years, up till 2019, where it was a merit section English, and there used to be 40 questions, right, for 40 marks. So the cutoff for 2019 was about 10.25 marks. In the year 2020, the cutoff for English was 8.25 marks, because the exam was a tad bit difficult. And in the year 2021, the English section was very easy, so the cutoff went up to 10.75. So this is the cutoff for your year for the year 2021, that is 10.75. So if you individually ask me what is the qualifying, what is a safe score in this particular section of English in this paper, it would be around 12 to 15 marks. That is a safe score in English section. So if you look at the general cutoff in the previous year, so it revolves around, averages around 10, between 10 to 11, right? So if you score more than 11, 12 marks in this paper, so that makes it a very good attempt for you. So out of 30 marks, see, usually, I mean, you have to score, I mean, 33%. So 33% of 30 would be around 9 marks, 9.75 or 9.5. But to be on the safer side, if you score beyond 12, I think it's a it's a decent score. And for people who are relying on English, anything beyond 20, beyond 18, 19 marks is an excellent score in this. Don't worry, Satyajit. English is not weak. English is, it's a language, dear. See, you are weak at subjects. You cannot be weak at a language. Either you know the language or you don't know the language, or what we say, we somehow know somewhat of the language, right? Good evening, Jayashri. So guys, in this you have to understand something, and I'll discuss what I'm getting at. Satyajit, now pay attention to this. Now there are three, most important areas of focus of this exam. Number one is your grammatical accuracy. Now obviously you have seen that there are error detection based questions in this exam. You have seen that there are sentence improvement based questions in this exam. So having grammatical accuracy is very important, because there will be definitely about 8 to 10 marks, 8 to 10 mark based questions that would be based on your grammatical efficiency. So having grammatical knowledge is very important for this paper. Now, second is your comprehension ability. Now, comprehension is basically, if you're given a passage to read, are you able to comprehend it in one go, and are you able to answer the questions on the basis of the passage, after reading the passage, and can you infer the right information? So that is the key area of focus in comprehension ability. And third section is your vocabulary section, guys. Now in vocabulary, you are asked synonyms, antonyms, idioms and phrases based questions, and Cloze test, which is basically based on your understanding of the vocabulary and the comprehension ability. So basically, guys, what we can say about this is, so these are the three main focus areas of this paper. They'll be testing on your grammatical accuracy, your comprehension ability, and your knowledge of vocabulary. And combine these three things put together, what will play a very crucial role in this is your efficiency and accuracy, right? How efficiently you answer your questions and how accurate they are. because there is negative marking. So that is that also plays a very crucial role. So guys, make sure you only answer those questions which you are 100% sure about, right? Which you feel that, okay, I'm 100% or I'm damn sure this is the right answer for this, because there is negative marking and it will lead to deduction of marks. So please make sure that you score at least above 15. So above 15 is a decent score in English. Now anything beyond 20, 21, 22 is an excellent score in this section out of 30. Now if you have been preparing for this exam, and I'm sure you are, and you also have been, you must understand, and you definitely would have seen there are questions based on all the three sections, that is grammatical section, comprehension section, and vocabulary section. And you will be facing questions on all these different verticals of this English language. So guys, having grammatical accuracy, why is it important? See guys, you may understand the meaning of a sentence just by reading it, but is it grammatically apt or not, that can only be decided after after applying the rules of grammar to it. And that is why they ask you, questions based on your grammatical efficiency. Comprehension is something, they basically look for students who are in the habit of reading, right? So that you read every day, you get up, you read editorials every morning, and those editorials are like the comprehension passages that you will be facing. So they want to see if you're in a habit of reading, and are you able to comprehend something that is given to you. These are, we've seen these are articles taken from editorials, newspapers, magazines, some some chat forums, and some Wikipedia related pages. So comprehension is also very, very important. And if I remember correctly, in 2021 there were two passages in the paper. I think one was based on discovery of water on moon. So it was about Chandrayaan and all all the efforts from NASA, ISRO, and many other countries. And there was there was some insights into how important is this discovery of water on moon, and it was first discovered by Indian space agencies. So that was the passage, and it was a very very simple, very generic article which anybody must have read or should be aware of. So guys, you'll not be facing very technical passages. They'll not be giving you rocket science in those passages. There'll be very simple passages. So English is not too difficult a task. English section is not very difficult in this particular paper, but see, you must be prepared for it, to call it an easy section. So you should be ready for it. Good evening, Flying Hawks. Right, so these are the three important sections of focus: grammatical accuracy, comprehension ability, and your vocabulary section. Now I have highlighted something that you should look into, and that is these are the topics that you should prepare for if you're preparing for this exam. Now number one, in your grammar, subject verb agreement has been by far the most intriguing and the most confusing topic for the students, and the questions are asked on subject verb agreement almost every year. So very important topic, subject verb agreement. Tenses is very important, because we have seen questions based on verbs, uses of wrong helping verbs, active passive based questions. So tenses is again very important topic. Conditional sentences is a new topic which we have seen which has been exploited by the exam makers. So conditional sentences is also very important. Preposition and complex preposition always have been and always will be there in competitive exams. So you must be aware of these two topics in detail, in length: complex prepositions and prepositions, where you must understand what is the right complex preposition to be used in a particular instance. Now conjunctions, advanced verbs, these are also very important topic which we have seen in the exam. Now in vocabulary, you have your synonyms, you have your antonyms, and you have your phrasal verbs. Now these three are the only sections that are seen in the paper. Now for comprehension, you have your reading comprehension passage, you have your cloze test, and then you have your rearrangement, or what we call parajumbles. So guys, start from previous year questions. The first and the foremost part is, so guys, we have provided you previous year papers for the last 5 years. I think more than that, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes. So almost, last 5 years papers we have been provided by us to you on our website and in your courses as well. So do read the previous year papers, previous year questions, so that you understand the criticality, the essentiality of this particular section, right? What level of questions you face, and what time you should invest into this section so that you can take out a good score out of this. Then make sure that you study in the given sequence. Start with grammar, followed by vocabulary, and then side by side you can focus on your reading comprehension. And you can, I know you must have, you are in the habit of reading newspapers, so start taking those mock tests as of now. Right, start from the basics and at least practice at least 50 questions from these first 7 topics. Right, that is very, very important because that will tell you a lot about your exam. Yes, flying hawks. Absolutely. Pressing backspace too many times deducts marks. Siddharth, are you talking about phase 1 or phase 2? Siddharth? Because in phase 1, you don't need to press any backspace. I mean, you'll only be answering on multiple choice questions. So now we are discussing our phase 1. In phase 2, that is the descriptive part where you have to type in your answers. And yeah, so pressing backspace, it will not deduct marks. Why would it deduct marks, Siddharth? See, after you have written your answer, whatever you submit will be taken as the final answer. So using too many backspaces does not make any difference at all. So that is, I don't know where you got that. So don't worry about it, Siddharth Osho. Right, now guys, now these are the important topics for this particular paper. Now I would like to show you the previous year exam for the year 2021. I think, yeah, this is the one I was talking about. This was the paper for the year 2021 where lunar water that was present on the moon, it was discovered by ISRO through Chandrayaan. Yeah, that was the passage. This is the exact passage that was given to the aspirants last year. Right, so we'll not discuss this today, comprehension passage as of now, but I will provide you the PDF of this on our Telegram channel, and you can go through the previous year paper very comfortably, and you can look at the level of questions and you can see if you are able to get to the answers or not. Right, I've also provided you the answers in this PDF itself. Volume, okay. Satyajit, I'll try to speak a bit louder if I'm not audible to everyone. So this was the reading comprehension passage. So we have to understand how many questions were there. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5, 6, 7. So basically out of 30 questions, 7 questions were based on your reading comprehension passage. So that makes it the biggest and the most lucrative part of this section. So 7 questions based on reading comprehension out of 30. So see, if you are in the habit of reading every day, I think these at least 5 to 6 marks out of these 7 questions, was not a difficult task at all. So it was not a very, very big, or you can say very voluminous passage. It was a short passage, 5-6 paragraphs, easily understandable, which had, some specific numbers, specific data, and the questions that were based, they were also, very inferential. Like according to the passage, what is the theory behind the presence of water on moon surface? So that would definitely be given in the passage. Why is the discovery of water important on the moon surface? Obviously the reasons would be there in the passage. Then how could water could also be split into hydrogen and oxygen? So very, very, very inferential, very simple fact-based question. So you could have solved this very easily. Which was the first mission to discover lunar water? See, very simple, very subtle questions. Which of the following statements is correct? Then you have to find antonym of persist. So guys, synonyms and antonyms are asked like this in the exam. So synonym and antonym, and what is the meaning of this phrase in the paper? So these were the questions that were thrown at the aspirants in the exam last year. So you can read this. I'll provide you the PDF of this on our Telegram channel, and the link for our Telegram channel has been given in the description of this of the video. So if you're not already there in our Telegram channel, you can join it and you can get all these PDFs for free. Yes, Flying Hawks, I teach English for APFC and all other verticals of this, of EduTap for SEBI, NABARD, RBI, SEDBI, APFC, UPSC, Himachal Pradesh. So I teach English in all these sections. And thank you. I'll take it as a compliment, dear. What is your name, Flying Hawks? If I can ask you. All right, guys. So these were the 7 questions from the basis of reading comprehension passage. Now, next 5 questions were based on rearrangement. That is your parajumbles. So very simple. 5 sentences were given, and it was very easily solvable. So over the past years, following the onset this year, however, but in recent years, that trend can be seen in several European countries. So not very difficult to solve. Once solved, it could be laid out very easily. So you can do it, you can try it, and you can solve it on your own. So there were 5 questions on your rearrangement. So 7 questions. We are trying to analyze the paper now, guys. So 5 questions on rearrangement, parajumbles, and 7 questions on reading comprehension. That makes 12 questions. So if we have prepared well, I think we would be scoring at least 10 marks out of these 12 questions. So 10 marks out of these 2 sections, and the rest of the paper, let's see how many we could have done. Then there were 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There were 5, not 5, yes, 5. So there were 5 questions on word rearrangement. So guys, this is a new type of question that we have seen in almost all the competitive exams, that is the exams that are conducted by IBPS. So what they do is they give you a sentence and then they give you 4 bold words, marking them with A, B, C, D. And then what they ask you is to rearrange these words if required to make it a logical sentence. I'll give you an example. Louisiana communities faced by Hurricane Ida battered a new danger as they began the repairing task of clearing debris and massive damage from the storm. So it should have been Louisiana communities battered by, this should be the first word, battered by Hurricane Ida. This should be the second word, faced a new danger as they began this should be the third word, as they began the massive task of clearing debris, and this should be fourth word. So as they began the task of massive task of clearing debris and repairing damage from the storm. So it should be BADC. So this is what you had to find in the paper. What is the right sequence of these words to make it a logical sentence, right? See you, dear, and all the very best. Keep up the good work, and I hope your endeavors come true. So so this is easy, Satyajit, but when you perform under pressure, right, the exam pressure is pushing you down. That is when you have to perform. So let's try another one, guys. Let's see if you are able to solve this. Yes, I've already given you the answer, so there's no point. But see, let's try it together. China's Tianwen-1 Mars mission will be disruption for about 50 days from mid-September due to an unexpected inactivated of its communication with Earth caused by the solar electromagnetic radiation. So China's Tianwen-1 Mars mission will be disruption for no, I think caused for no, communication for inactivated, will be inactivated for. So that should be first word, inactivated for about 50 days from mid-September due to an unexpected disruption. Yes, that should be second word, an unexpected disruption of its communication with Earth caused by the solar. So they don't need any changes, so it should be BACD. So yeah, that is the correct answer. So you have to basically see which of these words would make it a logical sentence after interchanging, after exchange, right? So now we have also seen these type of questions where you have 5 bold words, not 4, A, B, C, D and E. So sports brings dash and dash from across the dash and the globe together. Tennis as a sport has a dash social distancing. So it's great to people it in back in action. No. So it should be sports brings country and natural from across the dash. No, it should be sports brings people. I think this should be the no, I think communities. Sports brings communities and people. Yes, that should be the right answer. So sports brings communities and people from across the country. That should be the third. Across the country and the globe. Yes. So sports brings communities and people from across the country and the globe together. Now, tennis as a sport has a natural social distancing. Yes, so it has a natural social distancing. So it's great to witness. Yes, so it's great to witness it back in action. So that would make it a logical sentence. Sports brings communities and people from across the country and the globe together. Tennis as a sport has a natural social distancing. So it's great to witness it back in action. So the correct sequence should be D, E, A, B, C. So yeah, so that is how you have to solve these questions. So this is, very easy to solve. You don't need any grammatical sense. You just need, logical understanding of the words. And I think, this is a free of cost. You're without any effort, without anything else, you can solve these 3-4 questions and you can score marks in this section. So you will definitely see these types of questions in the paper this year as well, where you see the words which are given in bold. You have to rearrange these words and you have to make it a logical sentence. So there were 5 questions on word rearrangement, you can say. So word replacement or word rearrangement based questions. So we had seen 7 for reading comprehension, 5 for rearrangement, 12, then 5 for word replacement, 17. So 17 questions we have seen up till now. Now moving forward, now this is a Cloze test. Now 5 questions on the basis of your Cloze test. Now what is a Cloze test, guys? A passage will be given to you with blanks in it, right? Blank number this, blank number 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll have to find the right word to be used here, and you'll be given 5 options and you'll have to choose the right word. So guys, a Cloze test is basically a test of your understanding, your comprehension skills, as well as your vocabulary skills. So we have seen Cloze test, Cloze test has always been there in the paper, and you should definitely prepare for Cloze test. It will definitely be there in some sense of the word, right? So next 5 questions were based on your Cloze test, and I think, guys, I took a session a couple of weeks ago where I solved both the papers for 2021 and 2020 with the students. So if you want to see the solution of these, those the previous year papers which have been discussed are there on our YouTube channel, so you can go watch that session as well, right? So 5 questions on your Cloze test, then again 5 questions on the second reading comprehension passage. So there were 2 reading comprehension passages, and that is why the paper was lengthy. It was not difficult, but it was lengthy. So then it was about Indian economy and looking at the the growth and GDP, how how volatile the area has been. So it was a very short passage and very simple answers. But see, guys, the catch is reading comprehension always takes a lot of time. Reason being, you have to read the passage carefully, understand it, and then only you will be able to answer the questions on the basis of the passage. So see, you have to find the antonym of the word volatile that is given in the passage. Then which of the following is true about the impact of increasing population on Indian economy? Your choices are given. You have to choose which of these is true or not. Then which of the following can be said about the agriculture and industry sectors in India? So obviously these questions were very inferential and you have to read the passage very carefully. Then you have to find a synonym of the word perspective. Then which of the following is true as per the passage? So there were basically 5 questions again on reading comprehension. So there was a passage of 7 marks, right, at the beginning, and then 5 marks. So basically 7 plus 5, 12. So you can say, guys, 40% of your paper, right, 12 questions were there on the basis of reading comprehension passages. So guys, I think 40% of the paper only on reading comprehension, that makes it a huge chunk, right? But the rest of the paper was very easily and very quickly doable. and you could have done the rest of the 18 questions in within 15 minutes. So that should be a strategy. Start with the smaller questions first, guys. Start with shorter questions, one liner based questions like error detection, word replacement, word word or match the column. We've also seen match the column based questions being thrown at the students, where you are given two columns with three half sentences, and you have to match the half of the sentences. So similarly what we used to do in as we when we were kids. So very easily doable, but see, it is there to surprise you. So you have to understand something, guys. Out of 30 questions, 12 questions are based on comprehension, 5 questions are based on rearrangement, 5 questions are based on your close test, that makes it 22. Then 5 questions were your word replacement, 27. So you have 3 questions left for error detection. So that was the breakup of the paper. So you see there is grammatical questions. You can see there are reading comprehension based questions. You can see there are vocabulary based questions. In those reading comprehension passages, there were 4 questions that were on the basis of synonyms and antonyms, right? So there are vocabulary based questions, but not separate or standalone questions. These questions are based on your reading comprehension passage itself, right? So now your strategy should be to first start with the smaller section. You know what I mean by smaller section? The section which doesn't take or which doesn't consume a lot of time. That is, the one you can see in front of you, error detection. So in this you have to only read the question, one sentence, and you can score 1 mark. Whereas in reading comprehension passage, you'll have to read the whole passage to score 1 mark. So that is the difference. So your first aim should be to get up to the score of 15 marks without any hassle on the basis of these one-liner based questions. Got it? So we'll try to let's see the questions here, guys. Plunging international crude oil prices and the subsequently lowered of fuel prices come as a morale booster for the auto industry. You're right. So plunging international crude oil prices and the subsequently not lowered of, it should be lowering of fuel prices. So see, when we have used the verb and there are two clauses connected with the same verb, so both of them should be in the same form. Plunging international crude oil prices and the subsequently lowering of fuel prices come as a morale booster for the auto industry. So that was the awareness part in this question. So you will have such questions in the paper where you will be basically discussing, or basically you will be using your grammatical sense for this. Got it? Now let's look at the next question. Handwriting is an art form just like painting, drawing, and sketching. Now this art can be developed by individuals with some efforts. Yes, guys. I think I've given you the answer. It should be not can develop, it should be can be developed. So handwriting is an art form just like painting, drawing, and sketching. This art can be developed. So not can develop by itself. It can be developed by individuals. It's a passive sentence. It can be developed by individuals with some efforts. So that was the erroneous part here. And last question was the decision to buy out the plant was based at the cost benefit analysis. It should be was based on, not base at. It should be based. See, it's a passive sentence, so we have to use the third form of verb. So the decision to buy out the plant was based on the cost benefit analysis. So that was the erroneous part in this. So guys, if you look at the analysis of the paper, the first thing that you must understand is obviously reading comprehension or comprehension section is the bulkiest or the biggest chunk of this section. But see, the efficient part is this, where you solve your one-liner based questions, and out of those one-liner based questions you are able to score at least the bare minimum required. So your strategy in the paper should be to start with these one-liner questions so that you do not lose out, you do not miss out on any any important chunk of the or important mark due to shortage of time. So start with the one-liner based questions like error detection, sentence improvement, or idiom phrases, or one one word substitution. One word substitution will not be there, but one blank substitution would definitely be there or could be there. You'll be given a blank and you'll be given maybe one or two words to to fit in the blank. Or sometimes you also see questions like there are two sentences given with one blank in each, and there will be 5 words given to you, and you'll have to choose the word which fits both the blanks, in a different sense. So the word have to be understood in a different in different context. So those questions are also seen very frequently. But see, these questions are very time effective. You can solve and you can score more than 15 marks within 10 minutes or within the first 10-12 minutes of this. So your aim should be to start with the one-liner section and then move on to the bulkier section where you need to spend some time, like rearrangement of sentences, then your cloze test, and then in the end then try your reading comprehension. So that should be your strategy for this exam. Now guys, if you are a student of EduTap, I think I've discussed all grammatical concepts. I've discussed all reading comprehension cloze test based tips and tricks in the course itself, and we've provided you ample practice questions. Now what you need to do right now is to take those mock tests, right? So start with your mock test, take at least one mock test every day. See, unless you are prepared in a time bound manner, it becomes very difficult for you to score well. So to prepare well in this section, your focus should be on scoring as many marks as possible. All right guys, so I'll discuss with you. If you if you are not following these sources, I think these may prove very helpful to you. First is your grammatical accuracy. For your grammatical knowledge, I think for this exam, I think the best book out there is by Renan Martin, or which is by Lucens, or by SP Bakshi. So these are 3 books that if you ask me, I can suggest to you either one by Renan Martin, or one by Lucens, or one by SP Bakshi. So these are 3 good books for your grammatical preparation. For your comprehension ability, try previous year questions, because that will give you the right idea of the passages that are thrown at the aspirants. For vocabulary, you can take up Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis, but it's a huge book, so you may not be able to complete it before the exam. But in the long run, this will definitely help you. And for efficiency and accuracy, as I told you, mock tests, quizzes, and previous year questions are very important source for your preparation. So guys, if you are looking for a good preparation strategy, if you're looking for sources which you can rely on, and I think these are good sources. And I think we have also provided almost everything that is required for this exam. So I think in our course we have provided you concept video of every topic, ranging from the smallest and the easiest topic of subject verb agreement, structure of a sentence, then noun, pronoun. Every grammatical concept video is there in your course, readily recorded and available to you. Previous year questions with solutions are included in this. We have provided you topic wise quizzes for your practice, and then we have your support system, which is the discussion forum query, where you can ask us any doubt, you can discuss anything that any problem that you may come across, right? Thorpe, yes, Harsh, that I mean, I remember looking at you, I remember seeing that book long ago. It was a decent book, but see, the exam pattern has changed a lot, Harsh. So I remember it was a decent book. See guys, there are countless authors, there are countless books, but what I suggested to you was, for this particular paper, right, for banking based exams, so exams conducted by IBPS, so these 3 books are up to the mark and to the level of the exam. So that is why I suggested those 3 books to you. Absolutely, Satyajit. See, they cannot go out of the way and create something new. So see, there will be definitely questions based on grammar, comprehension, and your vocabulary. Now, what they may do is just to surprise the students. What they can do is, instead of giving you let's say for one blank based questions, instead of giving you 5 options, they can give you 2 words per option. So that makes it a little bit trickier. So they can change, or they can tweak the type of question, but they cannot change the pattern. So Satyajit, please be assured that this will be the premises of the pattern, you can say, and this will be something that your paper that will look like. And your expected pattern would be this, absolutely like this, Satyajit. I don't think there would be a lot many changes in the pattern per se. What they can do is, maybe what they try to do is, sometimes what they do is, Satyajit, I'll tell you what happens. Sometimes what they do is, they take away one of the questions, key questions. For example, they do not give you reading, let's say they do not give you rearrangement this year. Instead of 5 questions of rearrangement, they give you 5 double blanks based questions. Instead of, let's say, probably, another scenario could be instead of giving you a cloze test, they give you match the column based questions. So they try to balance out, and see, the whole trick is efficiency and accuracy. You have to understand, within the set and within the given time limit, within the given time period, I have to quickly answer as many questions as possible. See, just to make it the paper lengthier for you, or maybe too tiring for you, they can add bulkier questions to it. So that is the only change that they can throw in the paper. But other than that, they cannot create new questions. So that is the whole game here. Yes, Harsh, there is definitely a trick. First of all, to find the introductory and the conclusionary sentences by looking at conjunctions and pronouns. And the other trick is then to form a chain rule. And there is a chain rule which helps you to form a chain and find out the right sequence. So I have discussed the trick many a times earlier as well. You can just search for it, Parajumbles, on our YouTube channel, Harsh, and you will find the tips and tricks in those, right? All right, guys. So see guys, today's session, I wanted to discuss your strategy, your paper, your exam questions, and I wanted to just brush you up and bring you up to the level, to the place where you understand, okay, this is what I have to be prepared for, and these are the type of questions. So what I suggest to you is, guys, please do look at the paper. I'll provide you the PDF of this in our Telegram channel, the link for which has been given in the description of the video. So if you're not in our Telegram group, please go join and you'll find the PDFs there. So please look at and please try to solve the previous year paper within 20 minutes. Right, set a timer in your clock on your mobile and try to solve it in 20 minutes and see how much you score. And then take up a strategy that, okay, I could have done better if I had started, instead of with the passage, if I had started with the error detection based questions or word replacement based questions, and then I had made my own way into rearrangement, cloze test, and then if I had solved reading comprehension passages in the end, I think I would have been able to score, let's say, 18 or 19 or 21 marks out of 30. So test yourself first, and so that you get the feeling of the exam, you get the the level of the paper. So guys, today I wanted to discuss with you the strategy of this paper, and today I wanted to show you the paper, the previous year paper that was thrown at the aspirants last year. In tomorrow's session, I will be coming up with some random questions on different verticals. Grammar, definitely there'll be grammatical questions. We'll be solving some column based questions. We'll be solving some new patterns. So guys, please do not miss the session tomorrow, because I'll be solving, and I'll be giving you all the questions that you may face on the basis of new pattern that we have observed. So there are 7 new types of questions that you may face in this exam, and I'll be discussing that tomorrow with you. So don't miss out on the session tomorrow, and that session will definitely help you in your preparation, and will definitely help you to understand the strategy to solve those questions. So don't miss out on the session tomorrow, guys. It is same time, 6 p.m. tomorrow. And today I want you to solve the paper that I will provide, that I've shown you today, and I want you to solve it on your own, and I want you to come up with any doubt or any query or any question that you may come across. Right, guys? So now the platform is open for any doubt, any question that you may have. and I'll be more than happy to help you out with any doubt or any query that you may have in your mind. And if you have anything else to discuss with us, you can call us on this number during the office hours. That is 8146207241, or you can also drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in. Thank you, Harsh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Satyaji. Thank you, Ritika. So, guys, any doubt, anything that may be eating you, or that may be disturbing you as of now in English section, I would definitely love to help you out, guys. Somebody told me, sir, मेरी English weak hai. See, guys, there is no such thing as weak in English. It's only how much time you spend with the language. See, guys, this is not our first language. All of us have, understood, or all of us have learned English, as a second language. We do not speak English at our homes. I'm sure about that. Hopefully, right? So it's a foreign language. We are native speakers of this language. So this is a second language for us, and we do not, use it as a first language in our day-to-day life. So obviously, we are tested on this because this is the formal language of communication in all the organizations. So that is why they're testing you in both the phases, in phase 1 and phase 2 as well. So you have to understand that that makes it very important to be very good at English. And actually, in your interview as well, you'll be using English to communicate, right? So it is by far the most important section, what I feel, for your competitive exam is. So lower than CAT, Harsh. CAT तो बहुत ऊपर हो जाता है. It's somewhat equivalent to SBI PO. Got it, Harsh? So level of the passage would be somewhat equivalent to SBI PO. SBI PO prelims. CAT level is too high. CAT level is, in those passages you have to find inference, assumption, conclusion, right? So that is not asked in these passages. These passages are only based on your factual questions. So that is the level you will be facing in this. So guys, be ready for tomorrow, right? And do try to solve this paper today so that you can ask me anything that you may come across. So I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, same channel, and I'll be helping you out with some new types of questions that you may face in the exam. Hopefully it will be Harsh, right? So God bless you all, guys. Keep up the good work, and I wish you all the success in your endeavors. And I hope this year brings you the dream job that you have been preparing for. So once again, all my well wishes are with you. Keep up the good work, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't miss out on the session tomorrow because it is going to be very, very important. So see you again. Till then, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy learning to all of you.